Okay, so what we did, what we discussed earlier, I think it's a long time, over a week now, correct? So let me open that presentation where it is. Okay, I think we have covered up that presentation or slide itself, correct?
Correct. Yeah, this one only.
This one only, there was no practical, correct?
Correct.
Okay, no worries. So what I will do, as I told you, and that is a basic infra that you need to create, correct, on your hardware.
Yeah, correct.
So configuring domain controller is not a big deal, correct? That you can do that
Yeah.
easily. And second machine will be our delivery controller. And for the same machine, what we will use? We will use Windows Server Operating System, okay? And we have to join that machine into the domain. In my case, domain is techemtech.com. In your case, domain may be different, okay? Third and fourth one
Okay.
will be our hypervisors. So that I will let you know how to configure the hypervisors. And those machines are our client machine, like Windows 10 client machine or end user machine, you can consider them, correct?
No.
So actually, I already have created some basic infra here. So like DC, this is my domain controller. And as you can see here, I have configured ADDS, DSCP and DNS roles in it, okay? So there is no big deal to configure domain controller as a IT person, okay? Second machine will be DDC, it is my DDC, delivery controller.
Oh,
And third one is hypervisor that I have already configured, okay? So, but for you, what I have
no.
to do, I have to, no, I do not want to reboot it. Let me shut it down. And also let me shut down that DDC as well, okay? And let me power it off. So let me delete this machine from here. And I have to delete this one as well, okay? I will recreate those for you, okay? So
No.
now as I have deleted the machine,
Okay.
so what I have to do, I have to delete it from here, like from Active Directory users and computers, and let me delete those machines as well. Perfect. So now we have a fresh domain controller, and rest of things we have to configure, okay?
Okay.
Give me a moment, I'm putting you on mute. I'm getting one call on my laptop. Give me a moment.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, audible.
Give me a moment. Okay, so basically what we have to do, first we have to create one machine with Windows Server operating system. So as I have already have one template, so I can create one virtual machine to Windows Server operating system with simple clicks. Like I can clone this machine and let me name it as DDC and finish. Within a minute, I will get one blank machine with Windows Server operating system. So basically I have created one predefined template here and I'm just copying my machine from that because what I just need one blank machine with Windows Server operating system.
Okay.
So give me a moment. Okay, so this is done. As you can see, DDC here, let me drag it up and let me power on this machine. We do not want this template anymore. So now I have to log in here with local admin account first. Then simply what I have to do, I have to join this machine into my
Oh
domain.
my.
So let's wait for it. So I just have to change the host name from here and my domain is abc.com right now. Let me join it here. Root user is domain user in my case, okay? So simply we have joined that machine into the domain. Let me restart it. Let me log in here with my domain credentials. Okay, so our machine is now into the domain. And now what we have to do, we have to install some basic applications from Citrix, and the ISO media that you have to download is where it is. The ISO media, which is Citrix Virtual Apps and Desktop. In my case, it's 2102 version, but you can always continue with the latest release, whatever is available so far. Okay. And for hypervisor, we are using Citrix Hypervisor 8.2. Okay. So let me mount this ISO media to my DDC first. So from here, I can select my ISO media. And we just have to install the core components into our delivery controller from Citrix Virtual Apps and Desktop. Okay, so now, as you can see, we are getting two options here, like to virtualize applications and to virtualize application and desktop both. Okay, so we will cover both the topics together, like how to virtualize application and desktop with the help of Citrix. So here we are going with the second option. So let me click here on start. So as you can see, we have some core components like Citrix Studio, then Director, License Server, Storefront. All those are core components of Citrix, and these are the optional ones like Session Recordings and Universal Printer Server. So right now, what we have to do, we have to configure this machine as a delivery controller. So I'm going to select Get Started to configure this machine as a delivery controller. So click here. So as usual, we have just accepted the license. And as you can see, these are the core components like delivery controller. For sure, it is a core component. Studio, Director, and license server will be going to install on this particular machine. So this is just an installation part. We are not going to configure anything in this session. Okay, configuration we will cover up separately. So basically in production, always we use separate servers for every core component. But as we are learning it, so for a learning perspective, that is okay to deploy all the core components on a single machine. Okay, so before that, I have to check the memory. Perfect. Okay, so one more thing, to install the core components or to configure a machine as a delivery controller, minimum or at least 6 GB of RAM is required. Otherwise, it will not continue your installation. It will prompt you for memory and your installation will get stuck. Okay, so make sure you must have at least 6 GB of memory for this delivery controller. Simply click on next here. So as you can see, this is the feature installation, like what is required. Okay, so to install and configure the core components, we must require a database server, which is SQL 2019 for this. Okay, so if you have separate SQL server into the organization, in that case, you can connect the database to the separate server. But as we are working on single machine, so what we will do, we will install SQL server as well in this machine only. Okay, and Windows Remote Assistant tool is a feature which is used for Citrix Directory Server. And what is Directory Server? Basically, Directory Server is used as a tool to troubleshoot or to take a remote session of the virtual machines or VDI, whatever we will host in our infra. Okay. Any doubt so far?
No.
Okay. Give me a moment. Simply click on next. So for your interview perspective, or if you want to, planning for some certification or any other stuff. So for that reason, those port numbers are very, very important to remember for Citrix. Like for license server, we are using 7279, 27000, 8083 for director. We are using 80443, and for delivery controller, 8089 and 443. So those port numbers will automatically going to open into the Windows firewall at the time of installation itself. Okay. So you must have remembered those port numbers. Okay. Whatever visible on your screen. I will share one document with you after that, but please try to remember those port numbers. Okay. Simply click on next. So after that, you will get the summary. What we have selected, what options we have selected. So as you can see, as a prerequisites, we have multiple things to install. The core components we have selected like delivery group, studio directory, and license server. And the firewall port numbers are those. Okay. Simply click on install. So as you can see, our installation is started now, and it will take up to 25 minutes, or it's totally up to the hardware, what hardware you are using right now, and how fast is your hardware, and how many cores you have in your processor. Okay. And memory or SSD, multiple factors are there. Okay. So as per my observation, in general, it may take up to 20 to 25 minutes if you are on good hardware. Okay. So let's wait for it. So during the installation and after every prerequisite installation, it may prompt you to restart your machine. Okay. So whenever it will prompt, you have to log in again with the same user account from which you have started the installation. In my case, that is root user. In your case, user may be different. Okay. So whenever it will prompt to reboot your machine, you just have to re-log in after restart with the same user account, and you have nothing to do. It will automatically initialize the installation after reboot. Okay. So let's wait for it. If you have any concern, any query so far, you can ask. Buddy, you there?
No.
Okay, let's wait
Yeah.
for it. Okay, let's wait for it. Actually, I'm getting one call on my laptop. I'm putting you on mute, and it may take somewhere up to
Yeah.
20 minutes. Okay. So
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, hi buddy. So as you can see, now it is asking to restart a machine after prerequisite installation, and so far only one, like .NET 4.8 has been installed. Okay. So simply close it and it will automatically reboot your machine. Okay. And after that, you have to log in with the same user account as I told you. Am I audible, buddy?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So actually, this is just an installation part only. Okay. So we are not configuring anything right now. Okay. So just we have to wait to finish the installation. I have logged in with the same user account, and after that you will see I will do nothing and it will automatically start the installation. Okay, where it was left. Okay,
Oh,
so again I'm putting you on mute.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, hi, buddy. Am I audible? Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, it will take some time. So as you can see, time has been increased to 39 minutes. No worries.
Okay.
So what about your hardware? Like, are you going to arrange it? Otherwise, it will be useless for you. I will guide and you will forget. Those kind of activities will be continue. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, it has been asked for the reboot. I have rebooted the machine. Again, have to perform the simple steps, like have to log in with the same user account. Okay.
Okay.
So let me log in here again with my domain user account, and it will automatically reinitiate the installation without any manual stuff. So let's wait for it. Okay, so as you can see, installation has been initiated. So in the meantime, what we can do, we can start deployment of our hypervisor as well. So for the same, I have to create new virtual machine. And actually, basically, all the hypervisors are Linux flavored, correct? So for Linux flavored machine, let me name it here as Gen server -01. Again, this is just an installation part only. So let me make it 100 GB at least. Give me a moment.
Okay.
Okay, so the hard drive I have selected, actually, we need at least 100 GB of hard drive for our testing environment. With the help of that storage, we will be able to easily manage 2 or 3 virtual machines for our testing. Okay. And coming to the
Okay.
customized hardware. So now, first we have to mount the ISO image, that is Citrix Hypervisor 8.2. And I have to change the netpack to host only. Then display size will be bigger. So I have to reduce the display size to as per my monitor configuration. And memory, we need at least 10240, like 10 GB of memory for hypervisor. This is the minimum requirement. Okay.
Okay.
So close it, finish it, and we are good to power on our hypervisor. So basically any hypervisor, if we talk about like, VMware ESXi or Citrix hypervisor or any other hypervisor available in the market, all those hypervisors are Linux flavored. Okay. So at the time of installation, you cannot use your mouse. You have to continue with the keyboard only. Okay.
Okay.
So let's wait for it. And as you can see here into the DDC, our delivery controller is now installing. Now we are into the core components. Okay, so go back here. Let's wait for next screen. So as you can see, now it is asking for keyboard layout. So US will be fine. And that is fine. Now it is checking. As usual, we have to accept the license. If you want to read, you can read. I'm going to accept it. Accept it. Were found with hardware, blah, blah, blah. That is fine. Click OK. Now, this is our hard drive. And we have to enable the thin provisioning. And OK. So now it is asking for the installation media source. So we are having local installation media, which we have mounted. That is fine. Now it's searching for the repository. So if you want to verify the installation media, you can verify, but I'm going to skip. Why? Because I'm pretty sure my ISO media is fine. Okay. There is nothing wrong
Okay.
in my ISO media. So skip this. And now it is asking to set the password for root user. Okay. Because in
Okay.
Linux flavors, root user is default administrator, correct? So let me enter
Yeah.
some password here. And now, okay, so it is good. I'm going to deliver IP address to this machine with my DSCP scope. That is fine. And now it is asking for the host name. So let me enter the host name. It's gen server -01. And DNS, it will automatically get DNS with DSCP. That is fine. Okay. Now it is asking for the region. So Asia, then Kolkata, because Delhi is not listed so far for Citrix. Okay, time zone should be fine. It will get time from DSCP server. Now simply install. So again, hypervisor installation is quite simple. Okay, so let's wait for it to initialize the installation. I think by mistake I have pressed the Control Alt Delete. So let's see what will happen. Okay, anyway, it's almost completed now. The installation of the core components here. And let's see what's going on here. Okay, I have to repeat the task again because, by mistake, I have clicked on Control Alt Delete and my laptop screen was logged out. Okay, no worries. I will.
Oh,
The same options I am selecting, okay, which I explained to you earlier. So at this screen, you always have to use keyboard only, okay? You cannot use mouse for
Okay.
Linux operating systems. Okay, so our hypervisor installing now. In the meantime, okay, that installation is almost finished. Now it's just initializing the components. Let's wait for it.
Oh,
Okay, it's 65% completed now. That is fine. Okay, so basically what we are doing, we are just installing the things so far, okay?
okay.
And I have only configured the domain controller, which is not the part of Citrix. It is a part of MCSA, correct? So in
Yeah.
MCSA classes, everyone learns how to configure domain controllers and other things, okay? So
Oh,
it's quite simple to configure the domain controller. So it's also completing the installation. Let's wait for it. So are you available in evening also?
what time it is? Okay.
Time somewhere around, let me check my calendar first. Okay, I will be free in between like 4 to 5. I will be free. Okay.
4 to 5. Huh?
Yeah. 4 to 5 I will be
Actually,
free.
yeah, right now I am in shift.
Mhm.
No, uh,
So what shift
no,
you
in
have right
daytime
now?
there is no, yeah, 1 to 10 p.m. Oh, 1 o'clock to 10.
Okay, means one. Okay, means you are in shift right now. Correct.
Yeah, I am shift now. So
Uh,
volume will be less only during day shift. That's why I
okay.
connected.
No worries. I will ping you if you can manage the time. Please let me know. Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah,
we will
sure.
connect tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, fine. That's good.
Okay. So as you can see, it's almost completed. I do not want to send any data to Citrix. Simply click
Oh,
on next, and after that, it will launch the Citrix Studio for us. Okay. So
yeah.
launch it. And this is almost completed now. So let's wait for it. Okay, so you told me na something about your hardware, like how much time it will take for you?
Yeah, I tried to get it from my friend, but
Mhm.
still unable to get it.
No, no. Is there any issue or any restriction or means for what you are waiting for? Means it's your hardware or it's someone else?
No, it's someone else. It's
So
not
where,
mine actually.
so better na you can get subscription from like you can get dedicated server from Google or from like AWS. But if you can manage that cost, you can take. Otherwise, if you want to learn with the practicals, I can offer you this hardware as well, which is mine. Like it's having
Okay.
32 gig of RAM and having like i7 processor with 12 logical cores. Okay.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
if you want to get this on rent, so I can offer you
Okay.
this at 4,000 only for that entire series. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, means that hardware, that particular, I will open one remote console for you. Okay. And that hardware
Okay.
will be yours only till next 15 or 20 days. Okay.
Okay.
If you want, please let me know. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Because I do not want you to be study like, theory part only. Correct.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
will be,
yeah.
it
Correct.
will be useless. Like, for me, it is fine. Like I have to explain the thing so I can explain. And also I have recorded multiple or more than 200 of videos. So I can share those videos with you. But, watching the videos is, it's a nonsense actually. You cannot learn
Yeah.
things watching the videos
Yeah,
only.
yeah.
So as you
Correct.
can see, our Citrix Studio is launched now. And now what we have to do, we have to configure a site for Citrix. Okay. So
Okay.
this is a configuration part that we will cover up in upcoming sessions. Okay. And our
Okay.
hypervisor is also almost ready and it will get booted in some time. Okay.
Okay.
So this is done for today from my side. If you have any concern query so far, you can ask. Otherwise, we are good to conclude it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I am working on it.
Okay, buddy. Thank you very
Yeah,
much. Have a nice day. I will share that
yeah.
recording
Okay.
with you. Okay, soon.
Okay, fine. Thank
Okay,
you.
buddy.
Thanks for